And now, The Bonfire with Big J. Okerson and Dan Soder.
You come back in your 80s, and you're like, I'll do it.
What do you want me to do? Front lines. You go, son of a bitch.
Okay, I'll do it.
Oh, you got me.
This is The Bonfire, Faction Talk, Sirius XM 103. I'm Big Mean. Look at his overall general demeanor is just better.
Thriving.
Look how happy he is. This is now doing the show is the most annoying part of his day.
Yeah.
It's what he looks forward to his entire time he's in New York is these 2 hours, and now this sucks for him.
Yeah, it cuts into his nature walks.
Yeah. I bet the fucking lizards and pigeons he feeds, look at him, he's looking out the window. They're right there at the window going, Jacob, come play. Jacob, come play.
When are you going to teach your mom that lesson?
They all came to greet me today.
Yeah.
He goes, they're all sluts. All women are sluts, and they need to pay.
Burn their tits, Jake. Burn their rotten tits.
Empty out their rotten insides and fill them with love and fluff.
Yeah, man. Are you loving being back in Florida?
I'm enjoying myself, yeah.
Hell yeah. Just soaking it in.
Oh, he loves it. I bet he's sitting
Going
in a
diving
kayak.
soon.
I bet he's sitting in a kayak right now.
I wouldn't be surprised 25 years from now if I go on vacation and he is the river boat captain.
Oh, damn. Jacob
Katie's like, you know that's Jacob Patat, right? I'm like, what? What's that? I go, oh, Jake, is that you?
Jakey Batat's fucking fan boat ride through the Glades?
Yeah.
I like it.
Just bouncing right off the river.
Oh, that's a gator. You might want to stay away from that one. That's a 15-footer. We call her Bertha.
Hold on to your dicks, ladies.
Yeah.
Sorry if I get chaw juice on you.
Dude, I would love it. You have a big old buck knife.
Dude, a snakeskin hat. Snakeskin cowboy hat.
Think about it, Jacob.
Curled up sides.
Think about that kind of future for yourself.
I don't have to think.
I live it every time I shut my eyes.
Yeah. You know, when the himbos work you over, you need to tell them, you have to give them, like, the lead of the look you're going for.
Yeah, tell them what kind of himbo you would want to be. And although dangerous and rustic, I believe that there are, like, guys like that run, like, river boats and shit that could be himbos. They're just, like, scuzzed up.
No, yeah, there's southern himbos.
But I'm talking about a guy that was maybe just strikingly handsome in his 20s and 30s and then just fell down the stairs in every way in life. And then now he's just, giving a tour of a river.
It's the working at Home Depot of the football star.
Exactly. And
You know
then
what I
you're
mean?
like, okay, but he's still a himbo at heart.
Of course.
This is all stuff we got to break down with Justin and Josh. I'm talking out of school.
We are. We don't know what the fuck we're even talking about. But I tell you, Josh Adam Myers, he was himboing yesterday pretty hard.
At
Yeah,
Rage?
he went to Rage also. He went to, I think, all of, if not most of the shows.
Yeah, he went to 5.
How many did they
And
do?
that's 5, yeah. They did 5.
Did they do 5?
Yeah,
So
so he
he-
went to all 5.
He hit for the cycle.
When the show was over yesterday, and they were doing their, like, goodbyes,
Yeah.
he cried. Josh wept. He had
He
tears
did?
coming down. Oh,
how,
yeah.
how hard? Like Ari Lewis, 9 Inch Nails hurt?
Yep.
Damn. When you're crying on the same level as hurt. And you're on, because they were on drugs.
Shroom hurt.
Also know they were on drugs. Was Josh on drugs?
Weed.
That's not a drug. It's
No.
He's on weed.
He's
on
on
weed.
How hard of a weep?
He was crying.
Like, I'm talking about holding tears in your eyes. Yeah.
His under eyes were wet.
So he had streams of tears.
Puddles, I'd say, more than streams.
That heavy.
Well, I don't know which one you describe as more heavy. I'm just saying under here
break?
was wet.
Did they break through his eye and go down his cheek?
Oh, yeah.
That's a full cry.
Yeah. No, he had a good cry.
Was he like? Was he saying stuff to him as he was crying? He's like, "You did this. You did this to us. You brought us this much joy."
He was experiencing his homies.
I'm drinking this in. We just lived through something. I gotta take off my shirt. I don't know what's going on.
He goes, the drummer hit me up to say, hey, was that you in the 7th row? And I was like, yeah.
Oh, you caught me Jim jamming. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw off the energy. Damn, dude.
Josh is a good concert guy, though. I mean, he
I
goes
bet.
for it. He fucking goes for it.
Probably-
Singing along and whatever. The himbo, to me, is
Crying
the
stuff.
no, the himbo to me was any time of the show where you're like, this is where a girl pulls out a camera.
Mm-hmm.
Josh pulled out a camera. Like, he recorded
How many
like,
selfies?
these No selfies. He wasn't doing that.
Okay.
Josh isn't that kind of himbo. We saw that himbo when we went to go see, what was the Rage Against the Machine Cypress Hill thing called? Prophets of Rage?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Prophets of Rage. When we saw they were doing the Rage Against the Machine songs.
Man.
This guy in front of us, shirt off, I believe, but his whole video was not of the stage and the band.
Just him
It
giving
was
it to you.
him fucking yelling those lyrics at
Yeah,
you.
dude.
It was.
He was posting that for an ex.
It
He's like,
was
fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
It was the lamest thing ever.
I'm not going to clean out the garage again. Shelly, you bitch.
But yeah, Josh had that phone out a lot. And I just don't get it, dude. They're not
Do you think he's going to
good
weep?
videos.
Is he going to weep watching those videos?
He might weep watching those videos for sure.
Oh, I was there. Oh, God.
We went back to my house to watch a movie, and Josh would be like, while the movie's happening, he goes, the way that shift from township rebellion into the breakdown of whatever. Like, yeah, man.
Yeah, that's like his fish phase.
Yeah.
That's like him talking about going and seeing a jam band where you're like, yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, he said he got fish after this weekend.
Really?
Quote, yeah, because he went to all 5 shows. I couldn't have gone to 5 shows. I would have eventually been bored. The reason tomorrow or last night wasn't boring at all was me and Christine took mushrooms before we went.
Cool.
And it was pretty awesome. But the awesome to me, personally,
Mm-hmm.
was watching when Christine she doesn't cut loose anymore. She doesn't drink anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She smokes pot. That doesn't really get her like jamming. But mushrooms and a concert, I didn't film her for one reason and one reason only, is that I didn't want to put it out there as I'm making fun of, because she's only going to be embarrassed by this.
Yeah, she's letting go.
But-
It's very hard to let go
buddy-
and not be embarrassed.
It's I'm ear to ear, shit eating grin. I don't even know how to describe it, other than that concert last night made me feel, one, very, very old. I felt old because I thought I was like Christine's like a trophy wife.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, go ahead, go do young things. 'Cause she would be in
Dance.
front. I just was protecting her from getting drilled. But she, by the middle of that concert, she wasn't even giving a shit if she got like drilled or not. She was in it. But Christine's dance, the Christine,
What is it?
you know, how there was the Elaine,
And there's the Justin.
there's the Justin, and Justin did the Justin for us. Did you catch Justin's at all from the?
Someone sent us a video
Yeah.
because I wasn't sitting with you guys, but
Feeney got a good
got a
video.
video of the Justin and sent it to
And
us.
yeah, and he was Justining hard.
Very hard.
Yeah.
I mean, almost perfect form.
Oh yeah, the Justin,
Perfect form.
perfect form Justin,
Hand on the nuts. Hand up.
finger
Right hand,
point,
Finger point.
and
hand
it's just
down.
letting the fucking
Letting them know.
letting the
Strike.
bomb,
Strike. Strike.
bomb.
Hey, I'm sorry, I might have missed it. What show were you at last night?
He went to Rage.
Went back
again.
to Rage Against the Machine again.
Oh, again. Okay, I got you.
So what's the?
So you had visual confirmation of Josh crying.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I was there. He pointed. And by the way, to Josh's credit, I'm not saying something I'm like fucking idiot. Like he tapped me
Yeah.
and when they had the crowd lit up.
Yeah.
And he tapped me and pointed at his own eyes. He's like, kind of laughing, like,
Oh, that's
damn, did I fuck-" Yeah, he wasn't like he wasn't like earnestly sitting there like,
What's the Christine?
It was getting the Christine dance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, generally speaking, her dance seems to be butt out.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get this chair out of the way.
Get that butt out.
Where are we at? Where's my camera at? Okay,
Know your angles.
it goes. She goes butt out,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a palms out.
Mm-hmm.
Mime like your box, checking your box limits. So she just does a lot of humping, and the hands are doing a whole thing
I like it.
where she breaks down, when she starts breaking it down.
Yeah.
Was Killing in the Name of the last song. So,
Sure.
and she was cutting loose, and the mushrooms were hitting full. Whatever they were going to do to us. And then Christine, this was my favorite. This is what I almost started filming. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses, but they're doing it. Some of those that burn crosses are the same that hold office or something like that. And but when Christine's some of those when he's saying cross, some of those that want crosses, She's doing her palms out, and she goes, some of those that want crosses. She starts crossing the arms, and then like a point to the ground, like booty shake, crosses are the same that burn for
Cross it, yeah.
forces, and then back to fucking.
Yeah,
It
that's a good 3-part. You know, when they're talking about crosses, they're talking about like the Christian cross, like Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah, what do you want her to do?
I don't know, but I like this. I like this add-on to this. I'm saying, I love
Crosses.
that.
I think she's heard the word cross and just added that to her.
Were you
to
just
Christine.
in the zone? Were you just like?
I was having a blast. Dude.
She was having a blast.
Jay says mushrooms too, but honestly, we went to Rage on Tuesday. Me and my girlfriends pushed our way up to the front.
Yeah,
We're
you
going
guys were
nuts.
Yeah.
So some of it, that's the same thing with Coldplay. I think the mushrooms help, but I mean, these concerts are unreal.
Yeah.
You know.
Christine does not dance like that in any sort of way sober. It just doesn't happen.
You
It's
don't
not-
cut that loose?
No, she doesn't have that kind of joy. But yeah, because she doesn't know how to moderate her joy, so she has minimal joys, and that is a joy. And no, I'm telling you, in front of me particularly, because she knows that I'm always going to kind of laugh and make the ball bust about it. But I mean, she didn't give a fuck. First of all, the drug. She didn't move a ton. Profusely sweating. Christine was covered in a glaze of sweat.
Yeah.
And it's not from fucking doing this. And I, by the way,
burning a lot of calories, hands up, butt out.
It was particularly cool in there, actually, too. But yeah, watching Christine just sing along the words. She was doing last night. She was doing big all of what's our American dream. She's doing all the.
Yeah, she's letting go, letting fucking loose, dude.
It was.
And then Josh is behind you sobbing.
He's crying.
He's like, I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss him.
Another great Josh Himbo moment. A great one. We were out in the little area there getting hot dogs and stuff.
Sure.
And it's like the general admission area. It's the same place they season ticket people get to go. Okay. Down low.
Yeah.
It's usually everything in there is free if you're a season ticket person, but for concerts it's just the general admissions, which is great because they're empty.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And me and Christine are getting hot dogs or something, and Josh is he's looking at the pictures on the wall, and he goes, Janis Joplin perform here? He goes, or are these all just pictures of rock stars, or the pictures that happen here, you think? And I'm like, I don't know. And then there's just a guy wearing a suit, and me and Christine, while we're eating hot dogs, are looking at each other and talking about it, and they're as close as you and Lou are to me.
Yeah.
And we had to talk about it because he just goes, hey, what's and me and Christine right away were like, what the fuck? Is this pictures from here? And then the guy very nicely runs through the history of MSG and where it was at before, and now that it's here in 60 something it got moved here to the middle of the city. And these are all, and Janis Joplin, these are all moments from the garden, at the garden, and blah, blah, blah. He just went through and by the end, Josh was like, all right, man, love this guy. And he gave him a knuckle pound, but I mean, again, it's himbo. Same thing. Do you know why I call that himbo activity? It's because I see this outside of shows. You have this 1,000 times too. Mm-hmm. Pretty girl goes, you're talking to people, and then they go, come here. To be complimentary or whatever it is, but they're like, come to me. I'm going to say something nice, and you will make them. And you're
you move to me.
And you feel that energy of I'm doing you come here. Yeah. Just on the idea that's I'm not going to be the guy who walks over to you that the way that happens constantly in your life.
Yeah, I've seen Sal get that from his fans. It's Sal, come over here. We're going to take a picture. And you're like, no, go to him. Mm-hmm. Are you crazy? You're fans of him.
Himbos, dude. And Staten Island famous. You are beloved by himbos, man.
And by the way, there's a lot of hot, dumb dudes in Staten Island.
That's what I'm talking about. It's himbo central.
Ladies,
Staten Island, Staten Island and Miami are probably the himbo and L.A., I guess.
I'd call them himbo farms.
L.A. What's another place?
L.A.'s a himbo farm.
New York's got them.
New York's got them,
probably
but
any major city.
We export in. You know what I mean? Or we import. We import himbos.
Himbo's not
San Diego,
for sure. You say any big city, but Boston, I don't think it's dominated himbos. That's more
they have
townies.
They got hot townies there.
Yeah,
which townies can have, not be the smartest.
No, I know they're not the smartest, but here's the thing: there's no priss to their thing.
Well,
do you get what I'm saying? I'm saying Justin and Josh, their muscles and fucking good bodies and all that stuff comes from like strenuous working out, which is masculine. I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying, but neither of those guys are like, I got to build a cabinet. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not like.
I would say Southern California.
It's for glamour. It's for glamour. It's not for functionality. Those muscles.
I think Scottsdale's got some himbos. Phoenix.
I'm pretty certain. Yeah.
It's
Phoenix is an area for himbos.
They're a himbo farm.
First of all, I mean, realistically, wherever there's major groupings of bimbos,
there's himbos.
There's going to be a lot of himbos.
Yeah, there's a fuck food chain.
Dude, I got to tell you,
Hawaii,
Josh made
probably.
Hawaii, yeah.
Anywhere with
maybe.
bathing suit culture.
Very true.
Josh made a rough copy so far of like the theme song he's doing for himbos.
Okay.
And it makes me laugh. It made me laugh so hard last night. I was on mushrooms, but it's really funny. And it's not that it's funny like hilarious lyrics. It's just what he did with it. It's like this almost sounds like
It's like an alien voice.
yeah. It's like an electronic song. It's like, we are the himbos. We are not
Don't say anything more.
bimbos. We
Don't say
are
anything
the
more.
himbos."
Let the song speak for itself.
It's so funny.
I'm excited to hear it, and I know it's fucking gearing up. But you got to see him full fledged.
Yeah, but that can. Hey, me and Christine couldn't believe it. We were eating hot dogs in the corner, going like, "How the fuck do you?" I go, "How is your instinct not to be?"
Well, that's a good question, son. That picture's from a concert in 1971. Oh, that's fine. Do you want to do my podcast?
Well, what's your?
Do you want to talk about Green Day's Dookie album?
What's your DJ? We'll take us around the room. What's your approach? When I ask, you see somebody who works there, and you have a curiosity question, not like whatever. You're about to engage in a conversation with somebody, basically. What's your approach to stopping the guy?
How do you engage an employee of Madison Square Garden?
Don't ask him to come to you. You go right up to him and you say, "Excuse me, you're busy. Can I get a second?"
Very
Okay,
nice.
that's very, very nice.
Landed the plane beautifully.
What's your thing, Black Lil, you think?
My thing is to always apologize first.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Listen,
Yeah.
dude, I'm sorry to bother you. Can you just help
Great
me with this
approach.
real quick?
I'm completely. I just said I'm simply like, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Excuse me, sir, is
I
great.
was like, excuse me, can I ask you a question real quick? He goes, I'm curious about these pictures. Like everything would be so like,
I think
hey, I'm inquiring with you about something. You might know this thing. I was like, hey,
I think you
story now.
I think you can even add in, can you help me with something? Can you help me with something is a fine way to start that. Hey. Hey.
And then just the question.
Hey.
It was great. Hey. It was so out of nowhere.
Who wins in a fight? A man, 30 unarmed men, or a polar bear? Go. I'm in shred. Look, you want to touch my stomach? All right. I'm going to go cry.
Go on, Dutton. I got to go cry. Oh, man. It was great.
Weeping at a
Trying to think of
concert.
what the other, he had a couple of moments yesterday that were just.
Did he ever try to say that they were his friends and that they were going to go, he was going to go see him? Or
Never that he was going to go see them.
okay.
Which I'd argue, if they're your homies, they probably want to see you one time.
They're here
while
for
they're
a
in town.
week, dude.
Here for a week. By the way, here for a week, couple days off.
And tests are widely available.
Grab
if it's
dinner.
a COVID thing,
Yeah.
go get tested.
Grab dinner.
Grab
Just go to
dinner.
dinner somewhere.
Hey, let's go get tacos. I live here. Let me show you where I go feed and eat.
It really. Hey, damn, man, that was so jarring when he did that. I was like,
Yeah.
how did he engage with people like that? But he also, again, that
Justin
gets
does
things
that?
Huh?
Justin does that all the time.
I know.
He's like, hey, I got a question over here. Look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm hot.
Hey,
Yeah.
I
I've
got a
watched,
question.
like when we've been on the road together at restaurants, I've been mortified.
Oh my God.
I'm mortified by Justin.
I've said it when he goes the famous in Montreal. What's that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's that is the sentence that's going to make her now go and punch our fucking food and grab our burgers with her hands and shit is what it is.
Sandwich place one time, he was like, they're known for their bread.
He asked for a wrap. He told us that, yeah.
Yeah, do wraps? And the guy's like, I mean, I guess we can. He's like, yeah, I don't need you to do that. Meanwhile, I'm like, can I just have a sandwich?
Again, it's the approach.
Come out with
I would
him.
ask for a wrap if there was a sandwich place. I ask for wraps. I've even asked for wraps
You
that
can't-
they don't. Listen, I'm saying if they go, we make these 3 kind of wraps. I'll say, can you make this? I did that at Jim's Steakout this weekend. I was like,
Absolutely.
can you put that in a wrap?
But you don't cannonball into it.
That's what it is. Do you do wraps and then you go, I'm going to need you to do that? Is like, that's the thing. That's the line. I'm going to need you to
Hey.
do that.
Fill me in, Blues Clues.
I have
who is this over here?
I have like a would you mind approach to it. You
I
know
have
what I mean?
if you don't mind, I can get behind there and make it myself. I don't want to put a burden on you.
Oh, I know. So I know the other himbo thing Josh did that made us laugh yesterday. So the day he went, one of the ones he went by himself, they gave him a ticket in a like good section, kind of like next to the stage, and he was there, and he goes, I was hanging out. This is great. I was hanging out with this dude. There was this black dude next to me, and we were singing the songs together and talking a bunch and blah, blah, blah. I realized at the end of the show, it's John, what's Denzel Washington's son?
Oh, he goes John Michael? No. John, he doesn't go by Washington.
He doesn't?
Denzel Washington's son?
Yeah, I think he does.
The actor that was in Tenet?
Yeah. His son.
Washington.
Oh, John
David
David. He doesn't
Washington.
go by Washington.
John David. John David.
I'm
Washington.
dumb.
So he goes, it's John David Washington, and then I go. This is so funny. He's like, and then we go and we're walking outside together. He goes, and then I get recognized. He goes, so he asks, oh, hey, man, what is it you do? So I tell him I'm a comedian, the bing and the bang and the boo.
I'm a little bit of this, little bit of that, little bit of mayo on the sandwich.
He goes, and then we were talking, and I go, hey, man, he goes, I just got one question to ask you before you leave. What the fuck is the story, the plot of Tenet? And he goes, and then he started laughing, and he was like, I know, and we just shared this laugh. It was great. He goes, and then he went off in his own way, and I went off my own way. He goes, no picture, no nothing. So, yes, he tells me on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday at the concert, he goes, did Jay tell you about my Denzel Washington? And she goes, yeah. And he goes, yeah. So I was sitting up there, and then we started talking.
He starts telling the story
and
again?
he goes, no pictures or nothing. And I went, just the story for Josh to regale everyone with for the rest of his life.
To prime it up.
It's already the second time I heard it.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to start the John David Washington? Dude, that's the best.
It's like the Dorothy Gish story I love from Three Amigos.
Yeah.
And Dorothy Gish, true story.
True. I was waiting for you to be like, next thing I know, Denzel and I breaking down the first Steve Winwood solo album on the podcast.
It is mine is the beginning of that. Because he's a himbo. And he believes it all to be true.
Himbos,
he believes that he's homies with Tom Morello.
Himbos.
I believe he believes it.
Himbos always feel like they're going with the wind carrying them, never against the wind. Himbos are always like, this'll work out.
Yeah.
I'm hot. Women love me. This'll work out. Tom Morello's my friend.
I can get pussy. I got a roof. Everything is going to be great.
And it makes sense because whenever he talks to me about goddamn Comedy Jam, I'm always like, I suck. I hate this. I don't like doing it. And he's like, you just gotta let go. He's like my little
Sink in.
He's like my
dabble.
He's my little Jiminy Cricket, but for like confidence.
But you know it is because I'll tell you, I felt, and I don't know what your concert motions are. I remember you singing at Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
And then because I didn't know the song and I was laughing at you, not at you, but I was like the same thing with Christine, which sort of thing, and you were like I love bad bitches, but fucking you were going along with that or something. And whatever the song it was that you knew that you were singing. I
love Kendrick. I know most of his stuff.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying whatever it was, just watch out, kind of like, and then it kind of like took you like.
We were on mushrooms, and I looked over, and I knew I could feel you looking at me. I was like going nuts. I was like, "Oh my god, this is off Section 8." And then I look over, and Jay's smiling at me, and I'm like,
But me,
right. The time is up. So then once I knew Jay was looking at me, I was just like giving inquisitive face. Like, no, what's this about?
He goes,
what's this song called?
Oh, this is thoughtful. This is thought provoking.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Aside from the occasional wiggery hand motion that I did last night, I'd say I felt even like weird at one. That's why I said about my age hitting me. I was like standing behind Josh and Christine with my hands in pockets, like I was like a dad waiting for them. And I was loving the concert, but again, always my whole life I've just drank in concerts like I could watch and like if I know the words, I'll like sing the words, but I don't move my hands much. I'll keep hands in pockets and watch. I just bob my head.
Well, you also don't go dancing. That's not like a thing you've ever done. So it's like I guess like not dancing at a concert. It's just not something you like do at all.
I found out
Nobody in this room's ever gone dancing.
I found out that on Tuesday.
Black Louie, have you gone dancing? I'm sorry, I just said something.
Sorry, clubbing.
Oh, absolutely. Clubbing, hell yeah.
But dancing.
That's
Did
what
you go out to the
clubbing
club
is.
saying like we're gonna dance?
No, we're going to find some women.
By dancing.
I'm a club kid.
You went to go dance.
Yeah. That's a place called Facades.
Good title for it.
Facades is great.
Lou put on his facade.
I can see the sign already in my head.
What do you think Lou was like b-boy dancing?
No, it's probably like, were you like, that was like rave, right? Rave time?
Yes.
Like techno, like Paul Oakenfold?
Yes, correct.
Was it? I thought it was going to be more like that guy we watched on that Late Night with Johnny P show. The guy that does like spin kicks.
Oh, yeah. Maybe some of that.
Yeah, it's
What was it called? Freestyle?
Yes.
That
Yes.
started in Chicago. But
Yeah.
you would do like club dancing? Like,
You're my dream boy.
would you do like like to house music?
yes, and then like all I want to do is zoom, 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 and the boom, boom. That
Yeah,
type
dude.
of shit.
Rex and Effects?
Planet,
Shout out Rex
Planet
and Effects.
Soul. You know, like
Why'd you freak out with the shuffle dance then? Was it because you didn't want to wow us?
Yeah, you didn't want to get us all hard.
yeah, everybody.
Were you
was-
worried I was going to know about your awesome shuffle dance past?
I go, Lou, can I tell you something? That was the best move I've ever seen in my life.
You have got it.
I've heard stories of a man that used to dance, and he sounds a lot like you. Are you Shuffling Lou Witzke?
I cut you off for that dance thing. I'm sorry. You were
Oh, I
saying,
don't
I'm
even
sorry.
remember. Gone.
Dumb
We smoked
potheads.
pot before the show. It's
Dumb idiot potheads.
fucking gone, dude.
But it was
I work-
hell of a night. What, Jacob?
when I worked at the restaurant, sometimes I think like 3 times, I don't have to tell you again how hot the staff was there.
I mean, yeah,
So
dude.
they had
I've beat off to him
exclusive-
twice.
Yeah. They had exclusive access to everything.
Dude, what do you
So
mean? What
they
do you
would
mean?
just
But
go-
what do you mean exclusive access? Like they would walk them, like undo the velvet rope, or there's like a back entrance where they'd be like, "Those hot French waiters are here. Get them
The rope-
dancing."
There would be a line a mile long outside. I don't even remember. I'll try to remember the name. I'll get the name of this club, but it was a very popular name. And there would be a line of hot people waiting to get in, and they would just open the rope for us. Because they would, like 3 times, they took me and the busboy, Michael.
Jacob looks
to
like
check-
Make-A-Wish
like
with
a
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Michael and Jacob are there to be like,
We were so out of
we hold the
place.
coats.
We make sure you guys get home safe.
Did those guys just go in there and all of a sudden they're like, Jacob, son, I'm gonna go to the dance floor?
They just were at home. It was like they went home. Everyone knew them, and they knew how to act. And I never felt more out of place in my life.
I'm telling you, dude.
No, so out of place.
himbo
I've never
confidence?
seen anything like it.
Himbo confidence can do things that is unexplainable to us regular people, us civilians. When I lived with Hot Pete, he would do this thing where he was like, he would just jump from job to job, but it would always work out. One time Vecchione was like, there was a Corona commercial, and they walks in, and the guy goes, they go, how did the interview go? And he went, crushed it. And they all cheers to Corona. And Vecchione was high on the couch, and he goes, that's Pete's life, dude. And he goes, that's just how Pete lives. Because he was a himbo.
Nailed it.
He was a himbo. And he would just, he'd tell me this one thing. He's like, I'm going to eat at the Ainsworth, or like some place where I'm like, I don't even know what that is. And he's like, yeah, they have me come in and bring women to have dinner there, just to be seen eating there. And they comp the whole meal. And I was like, what? This is when we were broke.
It's the himbo thing of saying like it's always like a crush. New jokes destroying.
Yeah, they just, but he was just like,
Everything's
yeah,
all, you know what I'm saying? Everything's like a positive.
yeah, you're never like, how is it? And they go like, long day. If it's a long day, it's because they can't exercise the way they want to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Justin, when I've seen Justin sad, he's like, messes with my eyes. I can't do my chain dips.
legitimately, I know. He's like, well, he goes, I get this goddamn air cast off tomorrow so I can go back to the fucking gym finally. He's that mad about it. It's like,
Yeah. Like the gym's like, dude, where is he?
yeah. I'm like, if I broke my leg, at least I'd be like, wow, at least I don't have to make an excuse why it
Yeah,
don't
dude.
work out.
Watch this. Watch me get big.
I don't have to keep saying like schedule.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
They were,
the gym is where they get their lifeblood.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, also the big thing is talking about, like, it's just and then Lewis does it too.
Lewis has got some himbo in him.
Oh my God,
He wouldn't get that many women if he didn't
No.
have a little himbo.
Lewis has definitely got himbo in him for sure.
Yeah, now he's dressing in those.
He's a
fucking
mutt.
jumpers.
He's a mutt.
He was like a rescue himbo. They just found Lewis in a fucking drain, and he's like,
Yeah.
"What do you want from me?
Yeah.
I'll fucking also."
He's a natural pit bull, but he's
Yeah.
he's a himbo though.
That's why he still got that confidence, even when
He's
got
a pit
some
bull.
weight.
He's a pit bull poodle mix.
Yeah, or he's like, I'm not that bad. My jaw's square, but you can bring me inside.
He does talk about how good looking he is often.
By the way, on old you know what dudes all the time, he
Yeah.
would talk about how he's an excellent lover.
Yeah, of course, a very
First time he
generous
did
lover.
it, I was very high when he
Although
said
we
it on
both also stand by that we argue all the time over it. We're both very generous lovers.
Yeah, just the way he said it though, it got Bobby mad, and Bobby's a former himbo.
Bobby Hutch?
Bobby
No,
Kelly.
Bobby Kelly.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah, for sure, Bobby
Bobby's
Kelly.
Don Himbo. He's the fucking kingpin himbo.
Oh man, Josh and Justin having Bobby Kelly on would be really funny. Talk about his old himbo
Oh my
days.
God, dude. Himboing in the early 90s?
Dude, him telling them the story, their jaws hitting the table.
Yeah, we're already
when
booking.
Bobby's telling the story of when he used to wear overalls with no underwear or shirt.
And
Just
then
his body
Josh
and
is-
fucking dick underneath that.
I had a vision of you. I've seen you before in my dreams.
You've come to me.
You are our Buddha. You've achieved nirvana.
I got himbo stigmata.
I was. It's just hair gel in the middle of your head.
It's little schmutz.
It's just some holes. Dude, look
No,
at
that's not
look at the
himbo
hat.
Bobby. That's
No,
not hat.
Black and white hat.
Yeah, that's himbo Bobby.
Ooh, I want to kiss him.
That was Bobby I started going to colleges with.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Damn, I got retired himbo.
Yeah.
Josh went
There.
shirtless
That's himbo.
overall.
That's himbo Bobby.
Damn, dude, I forgot that Bobby's a total. He's fucking. Forgot he's the king himbo.
Yeah. Yeah, Bobby, damn, he'd be a great guest on Himbos.
Book it, Black Lou. Book it,
Schedule it in.
Louis J.
Himbo.
Oh yeah, man.
Louis J. Gomez and Bobby Kelly.
Not at the same time. That's too much himbo energy in the same room.
No,
There you go.
we ease
There
them
go
into
nuclear.
it. I like when we're industry on something,
Yeah.
like we're crew on something like that, that we sound like people who we hated when we first started going. Goes, no, listen, we have them on separately, and then we worked them slowly in together.
I mean, that was our whole problem
with.
with Sirius.
Yeah,
We're gonna-
there's no rush for this, guys. Why are you being so crazy and want to jump right into a show?
What I'm just telling you, the science behind all this is we still haven't had Justin and Josh smell each other's butts enough yet.
Oh,
We
we don't
can't-
want them. We don't want them mingling up too much before the show starts. They'll have their phone calls. They're both already completely annoyed with each other for the same exact reasons on each other one. Dude, Josh said yesterday about Justin. He was like, "Yeah, me and Justin are so different." He goes, "Here's like a Justin impression. Let me get your vape. Let me get your vape. Oh, can I see your vape? Let me hit your vape again." And you're like, Josh, like you always goes like, Josh, you're the person who goes like, "Hey, where do you guys keep your cold food?"
Yeah.
The fridge. He goes, I wanted to make sure.
Where are your perishable items?
I
I'm gonna make
mean, he goes,
myself a little
where do you
snack."
pee here?
Yeah, I can do it. He just helps himself like Winnie the Pooh. You got any honey? I want honey. I'm gonna take your honey.
Can I add one thing?
Please.
Well, just going on what Dan said, it really made me think, because back when I was working at the restaurant, man, the confidence they had in a club filled with already good-looking people was astounding.
Woo!
Yeah.
It's
But
similar to
my-
it's similar to tough guy confidence. When someone can really fight, they really
Yeah.
have no problem going to like. They don't feel
An
the
aggressive situation.
Yeah, they don't feel the like Lewis is he's a day walker. He's got confidence in fighting, so he can walk around and like.
Lewis, one, being
He'll fight.
being Puerto Rican, and the fact that he can like take care of himself a little bit makes him. Lewis would live like he doesn't want to,
Yeah,
but I'm saying if Lewis's circumstances where he had to live like in the shittiest part of Harlem,
he could do it.
like he'd be fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not saying barring anything major crazy happening, like he wouldn't have a regular problem coming home every night or going
No.
into a bodega at 3 a.m.
Or yelling at somebody for something that we would completely let go.
because you're like, I'm in the middle of scary Harlem and
I
whatever.
don't want
exactly.
to. I don't
yeah.
want to. I don't want this problem to happen. And Lewis is like, he's got himbo.
Fuck you, dude.
He's
Did
got-
you mean to say, excuse me?
He's
It's
got-
like something,
yeah,
it's something
yeah.
that trivial, too.
He's got himbo tough guy stuff. Oh, I'm sorry. I hold the door. Thank you. Thank you.
So I got to give Lewis his due, and this is when I say why me and Lewis are longtime friends, is what we connect on. We're the same. When I remember, in fairness, when I came in and said that we went to that Knicks game, I went with Lewis and our kids. I told you he got like the thing with the security.
Yeah, and James
lady.
was mortified.
James was mortified, whatever, and it was like a whole. And then James like, why don't you just let it go, Dad? Like, who cares? You know what I mean? He was being so adorable like that. Last night when we were leaving out of the tunnel, like we're leaving like the general admission to get to the concourses.
Sure.
You know, where you go down the elevators or escalators. And when we came out, there was a thing going on. Security was like dealing with a guy. And we're walking out, and a guy comes up to me and Christine. He's like, "Hey guys, I'm sorry, can I get a picture real quick with you guys?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So we all put our arms around each other's for the guy to take a selfie, and this lady comes over, dude, with fucking gym teacher from the fucking 70s hair, like the real split in the middle.
Yeah.
Looks like she might be the girl who's off camera on a ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Is that thing dinging, Rita?
Yeah, get it going, Rita. You're getting tipped.
She just this leathery skin fucking bag with junky teeth.
Yeah.
All these like yellow jaggedy teeth on the bottom. And so she puts her hand up in front of the guy's camera, but like to block a picture it's not being taken.
Sure.
So I think Christine even says, she goes, no, we're doing like a selfie. We're not, taking a picture or filming like the security shit. I don't give a fuck about that. And
wait, does this lady work at the?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she goes, well, this is their. And Christine said when I came out of the bathroom, and the person could you actually fill in a little bit on that, Christine? When I came out, there's a thing going on, and Christine said, and a few people in the bathroom were like, "Yo, the security's like fucking." Like they're being like really like nasty with people.
No, the security. What I didn't like, that it seemed like the guy that was the head of security, like the guy in the suit, started yelling at his staff in front of everyone. It was just like a ridiculous chain of command thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so he talked to the staff. Well, when they had some guy going, so the staff, so that whatever, that's probably what it is. That girl's probably all wound up at her boss for yelling at her or whatever. But also the security situation, like. They're holding this guy against the wall, and telling the guy, it's like, don't be a tough guy, don't be tough. And there's an old man, dude, security guy, one of those guys with the slick back hair, but he's like, it's like salt and pepper, and he's an old man.
Yeah, if things broke out, he'd be.
He's an old man, and he's jawing too, and you're like, what the fuck is happening here? Like, these security staff is ridiculous. So this lady's like, we'll move, you got to go. And we're like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, miss, like, shut up, almost. But I didn't say shut up. But I'm just like, yeah, he's snapping a picture. Relax. And then she goes, all right, but I'm telling you, you gotta go. She's like yelling at it, and I go, and it's just like, I'm like, lady, what the fuck is your Yeah. So now this guy who's like a fan comes over, and I'm like, he's like, I'm sorry, I got you in trouble. I go, no, that's insane behavior. I'm like, what the fuck's your problem, lady? I'm like, go back inside, you dumb cunt. And then she goes, I told you 4 times. I go, you have zero authority, you stupid cunt, or you would do something about this.
Yeah.
About me calling you, go back inside, cunt. And then she said to like, eat the shit.
Oh, you
and
son of a bitch!
And I'm like, again, what a waste of time having her be the thing, because if I mushed her face, then 5 guys come over and wreck my shit.
Yeah, damn, dude.
And I'm like, why is she? It was a crazy thing to do. I'm like, lady, what are you doing?
She's just trying to get everyone out, and that's how that fucking energy is at the end of
I know,
concert.
but it was the thing. It was not. We were being no problem.
Yeah.
We were walking. A guy goes, take a picture.
Yeah.
We turn around, snap the picture, and then she's like, "Don't." And I go, "No, we're not. We're just taking a selfie real quick." And then it was just like, "Oh, but I'm going to say right now, fucking go." Like the next step is like cursing out, like, lady, what? There's still 1,000 people.
Yeah.
Inside, like,
there's a lot.
We're not
more
stopping anything.
Yeah, you were stopping to do a thing that took maybe.
We're not in the
15
way.
seconds.
There was no one behind us, or we're impeding.
I think you're just catching
nuts.
that. I think you're just catching that lady's life spilling onto you, where she's just like,
why would they put
it's not
someone
you right there? It's like the fucking. That's what triggered her thinking about the bus ride to work that morning.
My question is, you can't expect somebody to take somebody for authority when they have fucking only 4 yellow teeth on the bottom of their fucking mouth, and those are all jagged and ripped.
Or they're like, this lady is pretty scary. Look at these teeth.
She's definitely scary looking, but there's nothing scary. You know what I mean? Like about other than I'm just like
Patricia, what did I tell you? You're supposed to run out of the shadows and yell at him.
I mean, this lady was ghastly.
Now, can I ask you a question? Is there
Yeah.
a chance she was smoking hot in her 20s?
No.
No?
She looked like remember the mom that was sitting next to the kid who did the Boone County mating call in
Yes.
Wild Wonderful Whites? His mom.
Yes, she's like very sad all the time.
She looked like that, and it's all and just like again like a fucking like a worn in mitt
Yeah.
of a fucking face.
Tasty dish. You
Eat that shit. Eat that bitch.
Eat that bitch. I hope that lady's okay, man, because I don't think she's alive.
Who? If it smells like fish,
Ding, ding, ding.
spit that shit. Whatever.
It smells like cologne. Leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Clone.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope she's all right.
If it's like clone, leave it alone.
Yeah, she might
She
have.
has her code.
If it
Yeah,
smells
dude.
like a tasty dish, you eat that bitch.
If she is dead, that better be on her tombstone.
That's my life, my creed.
Yeah. She goes, I have a saying around here. They go, Mom, please don't. Please don't say your saying. Please stop playing with your pussy in front of my friends.
He goes, I know this is the school Halloween dance that I'm chaperoning, but I got one piece of advice for all you kids.
Can you give me that folding chair so I can put my leg up on it?
Smells like clown, leave it alone.
Leave it alone. What's up, Jacob?
Well, I'm telling you, you guys really got me thinking with the whole himbos thing. I'm having such flashbacks of the restaurant. There's another thing I never brought up to you, because my roommate was no exception. Like every waiter there had this thing going on where they made slightly more than I did as a waiter. I was the runner.
Sure.
Oh, I thought you were saying just by looks.
No,
You go, Jacob, we clearly can't pay you the same as I'm paying Steven over here.
He is so hot, and you're a person.
He goes, you're cute.
Look at this, O'Donnell. Hold on,
You're
Steven.
cute.
Steven, can you lift up your shirt? Thank you very much. Look at that. I could.
That is $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6 more an hour than you're gonna make.
I'm sorry. $7.
Ooh la la.
Also, I could probably wash all the napkins in the back off that thing. So he's a dual use.
but their good looks almost made it so they could have lived without money.
Yeah.
See,
100%.
my roommate, we lived in this apartment together, but sometimes he would just be gone for a week because a hot chick from the restaurant asked him to stay in the Hamptons.
Jesus.
And he would be, while I would be doing double shifts, he would be on a yacht. No bullshit.
Dude.
Like a lot of the whole summer he was in the Hamptons.
Yeah, the
And he
Hamptons
made,
is
like
that's
I
the
said, what I
hive.
made.
That's the New York hive for himbos and bimbos.
Could you imagine just putting on underwear from being naked and just looking cool already?
Could you imagine being fine going naked around an apartment that's not yours?
Oh,
Dude, speaking of himbos, I forgot that Pete brought over a fucking white whale of a himbo. It was right when I quit drinking.
yeah, Biggie.
Dude, I might have still been drinking and I was hungover, so it was just a little sassy boy. But he brought over.
Himbo tends to be club person too, not wiggery.
No, totally.
Yeah.
This guy that he brought over was a male model. Like one, I think on the cover of a bag of Abercrombie, like big deal male model. Guy was ripped. And he was like, I got to jump in the shower. Blake's coming by or whatever his name was. And he's like, he's just going to hang out here. Then we're going to the Hamptons for the weekend. Because they were taking an Uber to the Hamptons.
Mm-hmm.
Himbo. That's himbo.
That's himbo as shit.
That's himbo as shit. So, and by the way, if we had brought all
Do you
this,
care if we vape?
yeah. This was, by the way, still when cigarettes were cool. So of course the himbo, I
Still
go
pretty
outside
rad.
to smoke a cigarette, and the himbo's like, "Can I have one?" And you're like, "I don't. No, you get everything. I need these cigarettes."
I think you're gonna say, and they say great himbo things, like the positive things of himbos, where you're like, I only smoke when I drink, and I have like 2 or 3 a night.
I could throw the rest of the pack away, and you go, "I'll fucking kill you." So
fuck.
I thought this guy was talking shit. Because you know me, I misread everything.
You're ready.
I'm the most defensive.
Big fan of your comedy. Excuse me?
Yeah. I'm the most defensive man on the planet. So I'm like waiting for, and this guy's like saying shit where I'm like, what? Like I'm genuinely being like, are you talking shit? He's like, you do comedy? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, like every night? And I'm like, yeah, every night. And he's like, oh. And then like would say something, and we were watching. It was college football was on, and I kept being like, "Yeah, dude, I don't know." And finally, Pete comes out, sits down. He's like rolling a joint, and his friend goes to the bathroom. And I go, "What's up with your fucking friend, dude? He's like an asshole." And he goes, "No. He's super dumb. So just now that you know that, watch how he talks to you." And it was like completely an eye opener because the guy was like,
perspective change.
I go, you're taking an Uber out to the Hamptons? He goes, yeah. And I was like, that's pretty expensive, right? He goes, I think. But if you thought he was a dick, you'd be like, yeah, fuck you too, giving me one-word answers. But instead you're like, he's so dumb. And I mean, the guy was gorgeous. He was wearing white jeans that were ripped.
Jesus.
I was like, man.
By the way, white ripped jeans?
Crazy.
Jesus. You got to be a Puerto Rican chick to pull that off.
No, dude, this guy pulled it off to the point that I was like, where did you get those? Those are cool.
Wigger oftentimes is associated with dumb, for sure.
There's hot fucking...
But himbos are not necessarily dumb. Always. It's not that they're dumb. They are. I mean, they can be. I'm telling you.
I bet, like Jacob, your roommate wasn't dumb. He was just like, he's like carefree. They're carefree. They're fancy free.
But I'm saying it's not to do with the intelligence. It's got to do with the ego. It's whatever the ego is. Like a different level of just like self appreciation or self knowledge, or maybe lack of self knowledge.
Here's I think a standard test for being a himbo. You can look at yourself in the mirror fucking and not immediately laugh. Oh, there's a guide.
You play with baby goats.
Yes.
Yes.
The guide to being a himbo on rollingstone.com.
Pretty great.
This is the
respectfully.
And an article called In Defense of Himbos. This is stuff that Justin and Josh are going to have to break down because this is above our pay grade.
Yeah,
we're just producers.
Cut all this stuff out. Cut this stuff for them.
I mean, I wouldn't mind going through the guide to being a himbo real quick.
Yeah, take a peek. Why not?
Because I also we can look at what this top. Let's take a break. Come back. Look at the guide to being a himbo. Okay. Because then we could see. You know, we don't want to throw too much on their plate.
Can I throw this out there though?
Sure.
If I had my wish, my first guest on the himbo show would be Handsome Pete.
Dude, Jay met Handsome Pete
I'm
outside
fascinated with
because he was on. Remember, he was on the New Love Connection.
I met him outside,
and he was. Did he strike you as a himbo?
That was a very short meeting.
Yeah.
You guys talked from, and I stepped off because you were catching up for a minute.
Yeah,
and then he went off. He was on the move.
I wouldn't mind seeing Handsome Pete review the Himbos podcast once it's been out.
A watch along,
dude. He builds hotels now in cool places.
He does the after show, of course he does.
He just designs awesome hotels to hang out.
Why wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Wait, he's an architect?
No, he has zero training in architect.
He just comes in and goes like, there should be a matcha tea machine here.
Yeah,
of course.
He's like a vibe installer.
An interior designer?
No, just a vibeologist.
He's a total vibeologist, and this brings in his
he
vibe.
He comes in and he goes, there should be trees inside.
They go, thanks. He goes, bamboo too.
I'm drinking it all in. Maybe the room was some sort of an Asian-y thing. Asian-y.
Can I take my shirt off and roll around a little bit? I need a vinyl record player.
He goes, I work better that way. He goes, you thought about putting fur on these walls?
Wow. Oh my God. I never thought of that.
Biologist.
And he goes, yeah. And classic keys for the rooms. And they go, instead, yeah, that's like a fun throwback.
And maybe like, I don't know, what am I seeing here? A bookshelf that turns around to go into the main dining area?
Oh my God. And they go, also, I'm going to blow your mind here, baby. Round beds.
He goes, and Crazy Jim. I want the chains.
Crazy.
I want the bodybuilders. And I want
a Roman chair so I can do my ab work.
And everyone should be able to buy a USB flash drive of their last workout.
He goes, I'm sorry, do you guys mind if I get naked and put on my linen pants? If it knocks around, I kind of get my idea from my bottom brain.
If it knocks around, turn it down.
Oh my God.
It smells like clown, leave it alone.
We're going to come back and learn more about these himbos before we launch our own fucking himbo Titanic.
And I hate doing little work. There's a little behind the scenes on the show, but how do you want to break up the commercials today, dude? Because, we're on a roll right now, and it looks like so I have one. What do you have?
None.
Nothing over there, huh?
No.
Just, okay, Jacob. I don't think it's funny that this company is turning on us completely.
None.
I've been assured there's only one read for every show. I think everyone's just trying to make me feel better.
Yeah, they go, dude, everyone goes through that.
Yeah. We're getting
Eddie
spread,
Trunk
we're getting
is
spread
like-
too thin. Yeah, Trunk's over there
He goes,
talking to the newest singer of Quiet Riot.
He goes, sorry, I got to cut this interview short with the roadie from Cinderella. I got too many reads.
I think Christine just found out that we have to subscribe to Rolling Stone to read the article.
Yeah, because it's not making any money anymore.
Everything's stupid.
Not making my money anymore.
We'll be right back, everyone. Or, just hang in there. I'm going to read this one commercial.
I'll be right back.
It's the Bonfire.
You've been listening to SiriusXM's Bonfire. New episodes every Tuesday through Friday mornings and full shows always on SiriusXM.